Alright, here we are looking at the General Electric model J-71, and if you look, this is what resistors look like back in 1940. These are the original resistors in here. If you look at these things, I doubt any of these things are within tolerance after being, well, 78 years old. Not gonna probably be working too well. There's the only two new electrolytics I put in there so far. But yeah, if you look at this thing, man, it's something else. I ended up down below here. If you look there, you'll see what I did. I ended up actually coating those with an insulating liquid so that I'd make sure all the wires are sealed, especially the ones coming out of the transformer itself. And it's, well, put it this way, it's it's pretty well messed up. The switches, well, the switches work. They do work. If you look at the, see that switch going up and down. They're not stuck. Those aren't stuck at all. I thought they were, but they're not. You would think after being peed on by mice and everything else and pooped on and all that, there would be they'd be totally corroded. But I have cleaned up this radio pretty much. It's a broadcast band radio, but it also had two shortwave bands in it too. If you look down there, there's some more. But you have to look at all these coils. And I figure those coils are all for different frequencies. But capacitors, yeah, that's the other thing. This is a domino capacitor. It was used back then, but normally the color code, those 3, 4, 5 dots would normally have color in them, and they do not. You can't even see any color at all. There's nothing on them. And there actually is another brown one up here, and can't even see that one. But, and of course, we have the ever popular paper slash wax caps that are really in bad shape. These guys here, we'll look at those. Oh, they are just bubbling over. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do in there. And I don't know if I can get to all these, but I'll give it a try. And some of these look better than others, but I figure after almost 80 years, here everything's going to have to be replaced. I don't see any way out of it. I'm surprised that even the audio output transformer, that one there, that one works, and even if the transformer itself down there still works after 80 years. I know there's a switch down here. This one over here, I can't even turn it. It is frozen solid. And then on the other end, there's a switch up here, and I can't turn it either. I think it's supposed to be the band switch, so I'm going to have to do something about that too. And well, let's see, what else we're going to take a look at here. Let me take a look at the other side. It does still have a dial string, and it still does work. And there's some more bad paper. Those are actually paper capacitors, paper wax, but it looks like there's nothing left but paper on those. And those are going to have to be replaced as well. And I've cleaned up the chassis some. I've touched up some areas that were rusty. And so yeah, it's something else. This area here has got to be cleaned up, and the tuning capacitor itself, that one right there, that's got to be cleaned up. Really, I'm gonna have to clean that whole thing out, make sure. But it looks like the plates are all straight, so it shouldn't be shorting out or anything. But yeah, and I am missing one tube. A 6SQ7 that goes right there. I don't know whatever happened to it. I think the original one, I think it was gone. And so I did find some other tubes to replace what was in there, but I didn't have one of those. Out of all the stuff I had, I didn't have one 6SQ7. So I had these other metal tubes here, but boy, I tell you, you just never have everything you need. So anyhow, I ordered some of those, a couple from Viva Tubes, and they should be here in about 5 days. In the meantime, I'm going to clean this thing up and try to do some other work on it. But some of the wiring, even a lot of this cloth covered wire, it doesn't look real good. Look at this stuff. I mean, it's to the point where it's starting to basically break in half. You can see it's just sort of bent up. And even back here, a lot of these wires are. The ones that are coming through grommets and stuff, got to make sure those aren't shorted out. So, yeah, I got a lot of things I still got to do with this thing. I stopped working on it a long time ago because it was just, I mean, becoming too much for a headache. But anyhow, that's going to be it for now. We'll come back after we get some more work done on this thing. See you guys later.